women, I was telling you about men. There's a big
Mm.
difference. I was telling you about men, and even what's his name, the Virgo. She even said it in the comment as well. People cheat, men cheat, depending on how much options they actually have, and that's access.
I want to
That's
hear from
access.
her. Let's hear from someone else.
Yeah, I can't say too much because I just literally joined the chat, so I only caught the end of the conversation. Um, but this question floats around online a lot, and I do ask this question amongst my own friend group. Um, and yeah, so when I say that men cheat as much as their options, I do agree. Like everyone says, like, can men be loyal? And I can't blanket the whole like society of men and say every man cheats. However, what I've understood and learned is that men generally do cheat as well as their options and their availability and to their options. Does
Hmm.
that make sense?
Hmm.
Which means the more they're desired, if a person chooses after they've been desired by a lot of people not to cheat, to me, I classify that not cheating than a person who's not desired by a lot of women.
But they're
I
both not. But they're both not cheating, regardless. That like
It's
when
not
it
it's
comes
not
down
so
I
to
much
it.
the act of
personally
cheating. It's not the act of the actual
But you're actually
cheating.
talking about their restraint or their self
I
control. That's what you're
personally
talking about.
feel I personally feel like if you was generally to get a guy, or even a woman, and say to them, you can sleep with the most desirable person on the planet that you think subjectively is your type, and get away with it, would you do it? I
Most
guarantee
people
a lot of them would say yes.
most people would. Most people actually would.
It's a matter of fact of getting caught, not necessarily the action of actually doing it.
Exactly.
I think it's more self-respect. Like when it
Hmm.
comes to the whole cheating topic, like I understand some people, they're firm believers that, you know, everyone's going to cheat at one point, blah, blah. Me personally, I think if you have also religion plays a part, but I'm not going to go into that. But I feel like self-respect, if you have so much self-respect that you don't want to just make yourself accessible to other people other than your partner, you wouldn't, cheating won't even cross your mind. You're just like, okay, like the opportunity's there, but you just wouldn't do it. As well as self-control, which Gigi said as well. Like if you've got self-control and self-respect, cheating just wouldn't cross your mind. I've got male and female friends and we have these conversations, and some of them it's like, like why would I cheat? Like it's not even my character, like it's not part of my character, it's not cute, it's very like icky, like why would I do that? It's not safe, it's not nice, like it's just ill. Do you know what I mean? To some people, there's other people that are open to cheating and they would do it. So I think it's more of an individual basis and your principle and your morals. If you've got strong morals and you're like, you know what, I just would never cheat on my partner, you literally won't do it. I think if someone wants to cheat, like I said before, they will cheat regardless of status, regardless of circumstances, environment. If someone wants to cheat, they will, and if someone doesn't want to cheat, they just won't do it. It's not hard. Everyone's adults, everyone's over a certain age, like everyone has
But even
self-control.
with the thing is
So
that I've noticed that even with TGT in the comments saying you are as loyal as your options, yeah, this is cut. For me, it kind of just to me shows a person's own morals and their own mindsets, which is fine because we're all different and we all like move differently, think differently, have different mindsets. But the only issue I have is when we now start to generalize and make it to push this thing that everybody kind of functions the same way or views things in the same way, because like when it comes to cheating thing, like I personally like wouldn't cheat in my relate. Like I can say like wholeheartedly, I wouldn't cheat in my relationship. Not, it's not even just about the other person. It's about myself. My reasons for not cheating is about myself. How would it make me feel about myself? The guilt I'm gonna feel when I'm with my partner. It's not about the options or how, because as women we can get away with these things a lot easier. Like we're not like men where women can get away with these things. A lot of women, for example,
A lot of
don't,
women
like
do
I'm
get
not.
away with it.
And they do, and I'm not saying a lot of women don't cheat or women don't cheat or whatever. I'm just taking it back to people as individuals. There are people who hold themselves to a certain account or certain, level or standard for themselves where they're not going to be going out cheating. The way it's become so normalized, or when we talk about it, it's just almost like something you accidentally do. You skip, trip, and hop on somebody else. Like that's why we kind of talk about these things in those ways. But I wouldn't say it's linear. Like everybody moves the same way. A lot of men are only as loyal as their options. Yes, I'm not disputing that, but I can't say that about every single man. That's more what I'm saying. I don't think it's everybody in general who thinks like that. I think, yeah, the majority probably I can accept that, but not everybody. That's
So
all
so
I'm
so
saying.
so no, that's fair. But the reason why some men would cheat with co-workers is because they're in proximity,
Hmm.
right? Like even when Arnold Schwarzenegger got caught, he was cheating with his
Nanny.
nanny, right? And like even when we look at Tiger Woods, the women he was
That one's a
cheating,
deviant.
yeah. But you see, when Tiger Woods was cheating, the women he was cheating on, I swear to you, in your head, even you, when you look at them, you're like, rah, like that looks like Sally from Greg's.
Mm-hmm.
If you Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So it's all about what some men have access to. That's the only reason why I said. That's the only reason why I kept saying earlier on. A man who's not desired by a woman, and they're not like, for instance, a guy who might get a woman might throw it at a guy maybe once a year, and the guy would be like, ah, it's not even worth it. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, I've got my wife at home. But a guy who's getting it thrown at daily and he's like actively having to dodge women and like, oh my gosh, this woman wants to get. I think that's just. I feel like that's, to me, that's a guy who's actually not cheating because he ain't got the option. He's got the options and he's like, nah, I'm all right. I love my wife. I love my girl. You know what I mean? And it's the same for the women. That's why a lot of guys find it difficult to date attractive women because you see them, they'll be out, and when they're out, I mean, attractive to the point where people literally try to walk up to their girl whilst they're with them.
But security in yourself plays a big part in
No,
that.
no, no. But what I'm trying to say is all I'm just trying to say is like it takes a certain type of man to be okay with dating a woman like that.
A
Some men,
secure one. It's not a certain type. It's a
no,
secure
no,
one.
it's a certain type because it's not so much as a because there's some men who are naive, right? You've seen it as well. You sometimes seen it online when they do those pop-up questions in the street, and the guy's with his girl, and the guy's talking to his girl, and the girl's barefaced in front of her man, talking crazy, and the guy's just there. You're like, rah, like she definitely cheats on him.
All right. Do you know why I say it's a secure man when we gave that example? Because when I asked you that question not too long ago about a good-looking girl and a girl who's not all the looker,
Oh, you're
which
back to your
one?
question. You didn't let
Yeah,
it go.
that you didn't want to
You
answer,
didn't let it go,
and you said,
Gigi.
and no, and you said,
It's not
oh,
gonna let
you
it go.
answered it by saying, yeah, oh, I would look at if she's going out of her house a lot of the time, blah blah blah, and all these things, which I completely understand because the reason why you said that is because there's more factors to consider whether than just if she's beautiful or not. Does she seek attention a lot? Is she somebody who has low self-esteem? Is she somebody who's always
Not,
out
not really.
seeking
No, no,
some
no, no.
sort
That
of?
wasn't the reason why I said that. The reason why I said that because that's something that I don't do. So if it's something that I don't do, and I'm a person who likes to do other stuff besides going out every weekend, a woman that's always going out, me and her are not going to get on. Period.
I feel like you're being disingenuous, to be honest, when
Okay,
it
you
comes
can't call
to
me a
that.
liar. You can't
I'm
call me
not
a
calling you a
liar.
liar.
You know you actually are. You can't call
I'm
me a liar.
not calling you a liar.
Disingenuous.
Can
Oh,
I
by the
can
way,
I jump
I
in
feel
there?
like you're not being honest. Okay, for the same thing, right? But for me, I'm just saying to you, from my point, I stay away from women who don't align with the things that I like to do. Simple.
Can I just jump in there really quickly?
Kushka.
Just based on the going out thing, I can see both your sides, and I do have to agree with the whole going out thing, only because I was never interested in going out to the club, and I've been in a relationship now for the last several years. However, my friend and I, the single friend, went out a few weeks ago, and we meant to go salsa dancing, but as it being January, it wasn't really much to do there, so I just gave her the free will to choose where she wanted to go after, and she chose a club, and we're sitting there, and literally, in the space of 10 minutes, 10 guys walk over, trying to speak to her, trying to speak to me, and I'm just sitting there thinking, yeah, this is not this is not a place for taken people. So I can generally see what you mean in terms of the whole club aspect, because when you do go to a club, not every single time, I know some people go out there to like drink and have fun with their friends, but the majority of the time there are men and women looking at each other, and it is a kind of a place where you do get courted.
Yeah, yeah, and that's literally it. Unfortunately, but it's not so much. It's not even like a once in a while because look. Even if you're dating someone, if a man's dating a woman once in a while, even if she's not going to cheat on you, it feels good when another guy comes up to her and might pay her a compliment. Yeah. So her being with you, that's probably not going to happen. And I can say this: some women, just a guy saying to her, just her getting a compliment, that's more than enough for her.
Yeah, but do you know what? I think that also comes back down to, how happy you are in your relationship, and like, are you getting what you need from your relationship or the
No, 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 no,
validity
no.
you're
Hold on,
getting?
wait. You're going off. the point I was trying to make is in terms of just the going out aspects, because sometimes some women like going out for that feeling. Some women like to go out because, come on, you women love to get dressed anyway. I think some of you love getting dressed more than you like going out. You know what I mean? So there's a whole experience in the whole idea. So it's not a case of like, I have an issue with a woman who wants to go out once in a while. I'm just saying it's like a woman who's always needs to be out. To me, that's instant red flag. And it doesn't mean she's going to cheat. It's just a red flag for me.
So what? But I'm just trying to get deeper into why it's a red flag for you, because it kind of just brings us down to the same things we're talking about here. Do you know
Not
what I mean?
really.
Like I mentioned before, like Dee mentioned just now, when you're in certain spaces, the type of situations you're essentially gonna be in. That's what it really comes down to. 'Cause
No, but
what are you actually? If you got a man and you're happy in your relationship, what are you stepping out for every minute?
exactly. But there are also some people, and I'm sorry to say this, there's men who they always have to be out. Like if they're not out, they feel like they're missing out on something. Like, and it's not even on a. I'm not even talking about the men who just love off women that got bare women. I'm talking about this is some people don't like to be in their yard.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying to you? And for me, even like the people that I chat to, they're not even like that. Like, you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, if they're gonna go somewhere, it's kind of like, it's more of a mature setting type of thing. It's not so much the club thing.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's not so much of the club thing. So even on in terms of my friendship circles, like dudes that I'm cool with, they don't even move like that. And if they did, I probably really wouldn't chat to them like that, because we're going to be on a different wavelengths.
Right, and as Howard said, missing out on losing money and drinks. I think that's also related to like maturity as well. Because when I first moved out of my parents' house at 19 and I was living by myself, because different people have different reasons why they're out or they don't like their house. Yeah, when I first moved out, I didn't move out from my parents under like
Duress.
amicable. It wasn't like an amicable split. Me and them was beefing, and I ended up leaving, and I went out to go live by myself. Yeah,
I can see that.
and and when I first moved out, right, I could not stay in my house. Like, I was so used to having that family aspect of people being around all the time or whatever. It was weird for me to be by myself and be alone. So
Yeah.
I'd always either have company or I'm going to people's house, or I'm going out all the time. And then until I realized that this is actually an issue, like me trying to avoid spending time with myself. And it got to a point where I had to start spending more time with myself, and it was difficult at first. Like, it was almost, you know what I mean? And I think that comes with maturity, growing up, realizing that, you have to be able to like deal with your own shit or handle yourself as a person and have your shit in line. Like, going out and spending money and drinking all the time, the stuff that it does for your mental health or your life in general, as you're getting older, you should be working out these things and making sense of your life and your situation. So I think that also kind of speaks to maturity. Do you know what I mean?
No, I hear you.
Can I ask a question?
Uh-huh.
Do you want to go off topic?
No, you can if you want.
I don't know if I can say the word on TikTok, but do you consider, let's say you're in a relationship, it's more for the ladies, do you consider your guy going to the STRIP club as cheating?
Oh, you can say strip club.
What do you constitute as cheating?
I wouldn't be with a man who wants to be going out, like one of their hobbies and that is going to the strip club, because it's about what
You
do
both go.
yeah, it's more about, like, obviously if he goes on a one-off with his friends, or you know what I mean, like he's out or whatever, I don't really look at them things too deeply. Do you know what I mean? People want to let go, have fun their own ways or whatever. I wouldn't really be screwing over something like that. But if that was one of the things that you like to do, go strip clubs with your boys and that, we wouldn't be together in the first place. I like reserved guys, laid back guys who know how to stay in their house, family orientated, all them sort of things. That lifestyle don't really align with that. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't be dating someone to
Yeah,
even.
but strip clubs in the UK are not the same as strip clubs in
It's
America.
like Eastern Europeans in there and stuff, like they're not even. It's not like the American ones.
No. Hold on, wait. I'm telling you, strip clubs in the UK are not like strip clubs in America. It's very different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not they don't
No,
even
but
have
they
their
got
body done
rooms
and
in
that.
it. They got
but
rooms.
I think, yeah, I understand.
No, Belly, tell us. Belly's an expert. Belly, tell us, bro.
I said expert. I'm not expert. Allow me.
I didn't even know there was rooms. Tell us about these rooms.
Yeah, but it's more secretive, innit? Obviously in America it's more wide open. You can do whatever you want to do, but in the UK there's like a room in the basement